We're going to talk about how to become someone's priority. And we're going to be using a few different perspectives. We're going to talk about it from Robert Greene's perspective, Machiavelli's perspective, Sun Tzu's perspective, my perspective, and Friedrich Nietzsche's perspective. And essentially, the most important thing I have to help you guys understand is that to become somebody's priority has to be, everything has to be aligned, right? One, they have to have the mental clarity to prioritize you, right? Because there's a lot of things that are important in our lives, we just don't recognize it. And there's nothing that those things could do to help us recognize the reality. Two, they have to genuinely have some form of chemistry with you. And this is the mysterious part. This is where it's biological and you can't really do nothing about it. They either have it in them to prioritize you or they don't. In other words, they either have the ability to love you or they don't. It's very similar to liking certain foods. Yes, some foods are acquired, but then some taste in food is also genetic. You are genetically wired to like certain foods more than other. There's a reason why you like pizza more than burgers. Why? I don't fucking know. It's just in you, right? Sometimes you like people more than other people, right? And there's nothing you could do to change that. You could like them more. They could do things to make you prioritize them a little bit more, but it's only temporary, right? So we're going to talk about how to accept that reality, and how to counter that reality sometimes, what you could do to increase the person's priority, and what do you do to cause people to not prioritize you, essentially. Okay, so let's watch this video. And if you're dating people and you have people in your life or your job and they don't prioritize you, and you want to learn how to apply these strategies without going straight to hell, you guys can just book a one-on-one coaching call with me and have access to me today, and I could show you exactly what to do to make somebody prioritize you without going to prison. Okay, because there are things that you do in your life that can cause somebody who really prioritizes you to just not prioritize you. It's just that simple, right? And let's talk about it. Well, first of all, this is my perspective on this. First, essentially, if somebody the things that take most priority are the things that causes pain. There's something in your brain called the reticular activating system. That part of the brain is what allows you to know and allows you to detect what's a threat and what can provide value. And the brain and the body reacts with more energy, with more adrenaline. It has more of a physiological response when there's a threat. And in this case, the threat is the threat of your ego, the threat of your happiness, the threat of your future, the threat of achieving what you want, right? And a lot of the times when we have people in our lives, the ones that produce more pain, especially if we love them, are the ones that we prioritize the most. The ones that we have a problem with or that have some problems or some drama are the ones that take up most of our brain. The thing is that when we love people, whenever you're genuinely in love, there is a certain fear that you have of losing them. They may not do nothing to cause that, but because you value them so much, you're afraid. It's almost like having $1 million in your pocket and walking down the street. You're gonna be a little bit extra. You're gonna be a little bit more suspicious, even though you know nobody knows you have that money. Just because you know, you're gonna be a little bit more scared because you value the thing so much that it creates fear. It's very similar to that right now, where you value this person so much that there is fear of losing them, right? And that is a genetic thing. That is something that you feel inside of you. You feel a chemistry and you're so addicted to them that you fear losing them. And so some people become super jealous, super possessive and toxic, but some people just fear your loss and they become extra romantic, extra needy. Now, there are some ways that you guys can provoke this, right? Some ways you guys can provoke this is by literally causing pain, right? Right? And this is something that, honestly, there's two ways to cause pain. There's toxic ways to cause pain, which eventually they're gonna get revenge on you. And then there are natural ways to cause pain, which is through conflict, right? Whenever you are in conflict with someone, you'll notice that they take up a lot of your mind. You think of them a lot. So you have problems that you deal with this person and you try to solve it. Like conflict resolution makes you a priority, right? But then some people do is that they'll break up with you as a way to get a priority, right? Or some people act the victim, right? Where they exaggerate a problem in their lives to get you to emotionally get hooked. They play weak. They play up and exaggerate their vulnerability. And if you're somebody that has compassion, you're gonna fall for that. But I recommend using natural conflict, natural problems that you have and that they have, and that you are trying to resolve. Trying to resolve those conflict without going freaking Bronx mode on them will literally make you a priority. Like, it's because you gotta understand whatever is a threat to you just becomes a priority. It's just that simple. And if you love someone and they have a problem with you and they express it, trying to solve it creates the type of conflict, the type of pain, the type of stress that puts you on top of their minds. And the beauty about it is that people are not perfect, so they're gonna make mistakes. So you're gonna have a lot of opportunities to apply these strategies. By the way, if you guys ever want to work with me one-on-one and you feel like you want to apply these strategies without going to hell, or you want to learn how to influence people, or you have a situation such as dating, or even a situation when you don't know how to make friends, or you feel like you're getting manipulated and you want to get me to hear your story and give you advice, in my opinion, you can click in the description down below and have access to me and have a one-on-one session today. And there I'll be able to help you, again, to apply these strategies without going to hell, to improve your dating life or your social life. Like, I will literally teach you guys how to do that. And also I have courses where I teach you guys how to apply these strategies. I have courses for men on improving their dating lives, courses for women on improving their dating lives, courses on how to manage your emotions and control your emotions, courses on how to project masculinity, femininity. You guys can check out all my catalog of courses by clicking on the description down below where it says shop for courses, or scan the QR code right here to work with me one-on-one today. And if you don't, I'm closing the channel. Take it.